Yes, and we're back. I hope you didn't change the channel. Just had to do a quick little switcheroo and get things back up and running. But we are ready to talk about some of the most prolific frontmen, and this is not just limited to men, just so you know. But the most awesome front people of the last 10 years, seeing as we are in 2025. So, winding the clock back a little bit, there are a lot of new people and those that have been here for most of metal's history. So definitely going to go ahead and get that together for you. What's up, Lizzie? What's up, Mortimer? Rebecca? Glad you guys could make it. And obviously, everybody else that is currently watching, thank you so much for showing up for the first portion of tonight. We can't wait to go through this list. And please share this shit out anywhere and everywhere there is a metal lover. We want to hear your picks as well as the ones that we've come up with. But before you get into this awesome stuff, we're going to take a quick commercial break to... Looks like I don't have it on this one. Damn it. Okay. Well, if you caught the last show, you saw what is going to be coming up at the end of the month. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break to our brother over at Horror Struck Hot Sauce. Hotter than hell. That's right. If you've already tried the main flavors that he had prior to Yule last year, you already know that he is going to tickle the sensation in your taste buds. He's got some newer flavors. As a matter of fact, I just talked to him today, and he has been very overwhelmed and very happy at the fact that everyone has been supporting him. So thank you to the Underground for supporting our latest sponsor, the great Horror Struck Hot Sauce. All right. So we're talking about top 10 of some of the best front people in the last 10 years. Now, this is not a decade. Technically, it's a decade, but it's not. Because it's, 2025, we're going all the way back to 2015. So who do you want to kick them off with first, brother?
My first one is going to be Ricky Hoover of the band of Sulphur. I was first introduced to his vocals when in his early days he had a band called Suffocate.
Him?
And no, he's got a beard.
There we go. Well, a couple of them have beards. Is he not wearing a shirt?
Shit, I don't remember which picture I sent you. Hold on.
Is he huge and muscular?
Yeah, he's got a shirt on that says wide.
Okay.
He's got a cutoff shirt on.
This one here?
Nope.
God damn it. This one.
Yep, that's him. That's Ricky Hoover. Like I said, he was I first introduced it's been a while. He was back then he was real skinny, teenage, had ears, this big round, everything like this. So
now he's a fucking Mack truck.
He's evolved a lot, and his vocals have evolved. He's real nasty. He's got real deep guttural. Has a little bit. He's got his own flair to it. I'm trying to figure out a way to put it to, but it's real deep. If you put him in a room, it's gonna make the windows rattle like an earthquake. It's how deep it is. He's just real strong. He's very, very prolific in his sound. It is, like I said, he's evolved over the years since Suffocate, but I seen him live in 2022, I believe.
Nice.
And out of which I seen Lorna Shore that night. Of course, they was going to be my favorite band on the lineup, but they was probably my second one of the lineup. They killed it.
Hell yeah. Now, this is a deathcore singer, correct?
Yeah, I believe all I did tonight was deathcore because I did everything in a hurry. So
So, can you kind of describe his voice a little bit? Or how you would describe it? Because, when you say deathcore,
a bear,
there's
literally.
some signatures, ways of doing the vocals.
Yeah.
Basically, let's let everybody out there in Black Flame Land know a little bit about how he sounds, so they can go check him out.
If you're standing face to face with a grizzly bear and it's about to kill you, it is deep. Like that's the main. He has a real deep. It has a little bit of a very low. It has a little bit of a emphasis on some of his words, and you can tell he uses his kind of uses spit a little bit to help enhance everything. So yeah, that's what I would imagine coming face to face with a bear.
I think that's very accurate as far as that kind of thing. So
that's
awesome.
what I love about deathcore though. They could have the real lows, and you'll go into a fucking goblin scream or a real high pitched squeal or something like that. So it's just he has a wide range as well.
Well, it definitely sounds like a band that I should check out. I'm not too familiar with them, so you've been kind of hipping me to some newer stuff that I didn't really know was out there.
Stained in Rot is what I believe their last album was. And it came out probably a year or so ago. But it's
hell yeah.
It was their newest album. In the video he's mocking Jesus Christ. He's up there like he's crucified and all kinds of shit. So yeah.
So that's exactly how I would do that.
Yeah. But he's standing there
with a stupid fucking grin on my face.
He's got his arms out and his head down, and he's fucking growling the whole time he's doing it. So
that's awesome. I love it. There was only one other person that honestly I could say that did that and did it with some real flair, if you will, and that's definitely Danzig on the first record when he was up there with a goat head on his head. Yeah, very trend-setting. So love it. I will definitely check that out. So everybody out there in Black Flame Land, if you haven't heard this band, I think you can, give it a shot after what you just saw.
Oh shit, Babylon. I hope you get better, bud.
Shit. Everyone's got the ick. As you can see, I started like coughing like a bitch in heat last show, and the Defiler just did just now. So
man, it went from being 70 fucking degrees. It went from being 70 fucking degrees here the other day to them talking about us having snow next week. So that's how the weather's been here.
Oh yeah, it's going to be in the negatives for me next week, and obviously it's been in the negatives this week also, but it's going to be worse. We just had a snowstorm yesterday, and big bad devil daddy Reaper here has to sit outside and guard shit at night. So I am out in the element with just a couple of space heaters to keep my big ass completely infernal. So yeah, totally understand, Babylon. Thank you, brother. Totally appreciate you. All right. So honestly, he's been gone for 5 years. Not in the no longer here sense, but his career was cut short for about 5 years. And since he's come back, he has reclaimed his former glory, and it is a sight to see. All the new music is very first rate. So many shades of some of those earlier classic albums that we know and love from this guy. And of course, I'm talking about Marilyn Manson. He has not only shed the weight, but he's also cleaned himself up. His voice no longer sounds like he's been fucking smoking camel filled non-filters for about 50 fucking years, and ain't cracking no more. The guy can deliver the classic songs, just like they were recorded. It's like an overnight kind of thing. It's like, whoa, what the hell? Can the rest of us jump on that health train? So,
damn sure.
oh my goodness, it's like just a huge transformation. Huge transformation.
Yeah, he's definitely brought back the Manson I grew up loving and listening to. I remember for a while he kind of fell off, but I remember watching. He did an acoustic version of
It was so bad.
"Sweet Dreams," and I'm
It
like,
was so
who the fuck is this?
bad.
I mean, I still support him. Everybody goes through some bad shit. You can't not support somebody you grew up loving, but damn.
Right? We pretty much thought that he was going to be down for the count. I mean, throwing up on stage and everything else. But now he is back on top of his game, and the songs are better. The lyrics are better.
Yeah.
The videos are fucking fantastic.
That whole video for One Assassination Under God is fucking amazing.
Oh, it's just
It's
a
dark
theatrical.
Marilyn Manson perfection.
Yes, absolutely. Who do you got next for them?
This one is going to be the first picture you put up. It's Taylor Barber from Left to Suffer. I love what his shirt, his hoodie says, "Fuck your God and his only son." But
Right.
this guy's diverse, very diverse in vocals. He can do cleans. He can do your typical deathcore lows.
Uh-huh.
He's like the full fucking package of deathcore.
He looks
I
like
said,
he could put away a couple of chickens.
oh, he's that's what I loved about him. He's showing out for us hefty guys. But yeah,
yeah.
I'm trying to remember the damn song that I was going to tell everybody to listen to, but they have the typical deathcore sound, which I say that a lot. But if you're a true fan of deathcore, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It
I
has,
almost kind of think that it's gotten a little more extreme.
but that's what I'm going to say. They're pushing it to the edge of extreme vocals now. Like, I hate to say this, but any of the guys on this list, you could put them up against a old school death metal vocalist, and they're going to be just as good, or they're going to outperform because they've figured out technical wise how they can use their vocal folds, their false chords, and everything out to distort to make what they want.
In other words, it's not just Cookie Monster vocals anymore.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody. Early deathcore did sound a lot like Cookie Monster. I never thought of it that way, but
it's evolved, and it's a lot of these younger guys who are listening to old school death metal, but yet they're also fans of so many different genres, and I think that's what helps shape what these deathcore vocals are starting to become.
About 6 months ago, they released their latest album called "Leap of Death." And
hell yeah, Mortimer. He's happy and prepared, so that's awesome.
Oh, that's what I thought it said, because I looked over and I was like, "Damn, what's that saying?" But the song I was gonna tell everybody to check out is "Forsaken," off of that album. It's, I don't know how any words to describe it other than just filthy. It'll take you on a journey. It has everything, all the highs, the lows, the mids, growls, everything that you want. And he's fairly newer to me. I have that album was the first I checked them out, and I've been trying to check them out more and more as I go. My brother, I believe that's one of his favorite bands. He's been wanting to go see. But yeah, he's definitely they're carrying the torch now more and more extreme than it has been from the last 10 years or previous. I mean, early deathcore, you had Phil Bozeman from Whitechapel, and that was about the job for a cowboy. Those guys were they set the stage, but there's guys that's come and just blew the fucker away now.
Mm-hmm. It's just always getting better. Always getting
Yeah,
better.
everybody's evolving.
Fuck yeah. And I have to give it up for my next pick because he has literally done I'm trying to think if it's like 4, 5, or 6 fucking different genres over the last 10 years and still doing it at 53 years old. And for a while, there was question about can he do it? Can he still do it? Does he still got it? We're talking about the man of many fucking faces, and that's Phil Anselmo.
Oh
So many
goddamn, yeah.
people can talk so much shit about this guy, but at the end of the day, he just put a black metal album out, and it's fucking sick as shit. His vocals during the Pantera tribute has been top fucking notch. Nobody thought he was
Yes.
going to be able to pull that shit off. Down, and they're currently in the studio getting ready to put a new record out. I mean, every fucking act that this guy does, he puts 1,000% in, and his voice just keeps getting better and better.
Of course, Zach has his own sound. His guitars are tuned his way. He's got his own sound. But last
Sure.
year when I seen the Pantera celebration, they wish they were flashing Vinny. They'd flash Dime up on the Titantrons and everything. And if you did not know that they had passed away, and you glanced up and you seen Dime up there playing on that Titantron, you'd think you was watching early Pantera. Like it was so fucking amazing. His vocals were clear as day. He didn't. His voice is aged, but it's aged in a good fucking way. Especially
Yeah.
that old, and you can do a fucking black metal scream that goddamn good, and you're putting out new shit.
And for somebody who that's not his first thing, I
Yeah,
mean, I know this sounds kind of weird to say it, but the fact that they started out as a glam band and he was singing in a glam style, I think that might have a lot to do with all the different shit that he does. That he's able to go from southern fucking, heavy metal to the more melodic doom metal that he does with Down, and then to the black metal, like all those screams. It's like he's learned how to take
manipulate.
everything that he was doing at the beginning of his career and putting it into a heavier style.
Yeah, that's like his vocals in Cemetery Gates. That's some of the highest fucking vocals you can hear
Yeah,
back in
I
the
don't even
day.
I don't even think that they play that song anymore, if I remember correctly.
They didn't this time. That's one I was hoping they would play.
I
Like
don't think he can.
dying.
I don't think
I
he
was
can do
dying to see. I was dying to see fucking Zach play that solo.
it.
But they did play. They did play Floods, which was fucking amazing. There was a whole tribute to Dime and Vinny in it, and it was really nice.
Hell yeah. What you got next for the peoples?
This one he'll have eye makeup on. He's got his hair back. There's the picture. That's how I know how to describe him. That's him. It's I've seen him live. I've seen them live as well. His name's Jason Evans. He's formerly of the band I told y'all about a few weeks ago, named Ingested.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know why he's. This is just a recently thing, last month or so. He stepped down from the band after 18 years. I don't really know why. I'm not sure if there's something negative. I don't know about it, but at the moment, he's still a great vocalist for me. And I feel like he become prominent over the last 10 years. Like he has the fucking real high pitched squeals and you use the lower, you use E, and you go and like that. Was one of the things about him that really stood out for me, especially seeing him live. He's got this fucking movement he does when he performs. It's like robotic and shit, and that mixed in with the vocals is very, very stands out from anybody else. I guess you could say. I guess you could call it peak squeal that he's very prominent at, but he does have that real low deathcore, a little bit of death metal sound. But it's just they're really. I haven't checked them out since they just released a song with their new vocalist, and I'm kind of on the fence about listening to it. But I know everybody has their time. If it's just not their time to stay in the band, it's not their time. So I'm going to give them a listen. I'll eventually let y'all know what the new vocalist sounds like for me.
Absolutely. I would say next for me, yet again, another kind of a dynamic vocalist that we've talked about a few times. He is in what, it doesn't matter what project this guy is involved with. It seems like everything just ends up brilliant, whether it's extreme or very heavy. Obviously, when we think of front people, we're talking about how they grip the crowd, how they react to the crowd, all those types of things. Because honestly, when you're the frontman, you're the one driving those motherfuckers. Not just the backup band. Believe me, the backup band has a lot to fucking do with it. But that front person, though, can command a crowd and get them riled up and get them fucking excited. Devin Townsend.
Hell yes.
Ex-strapping young lad, and of course the Devin Townsend Project. This guy
is the Scully.
Right. Not only that, but he's fucking insane on stage.
Exactly.
I remember talking to legendary drummer Gene Hoglan, how he was always getting, hawked of loogies as a shower every night on stage when he would play with Devin. And it's things like that just make you go, man, this guy's on another fucking planet. But he's a goddamn musical genius. Great fucking voice all the way around, whether it's intense, whether it's screaming, or if it's all the different types of melodicism and stuff. Just all around great fucking vocalist.
Yeah, I love strapping young lad. I believe I can't believe I was about to graduate high school or just right after high school is when I first discovered him. That's been 15 years ago. So, but yeah, they're definitely he's got a distinct vocal sound for me. But my next one, I think my last one. So the next one's going to be Alex the Terrible of Slaughter to Prevail.
Sorry. It's right. They were right on top of each other. You cannot mistake this guy. He is the motherfucker that can take the microphone away, and his voice is so loud that it pierces an entire fucking arena.
I first discovered him on TikTok. And this was like back before Slaughter to Prevail. Yeah.
Yep.
He did of all things, he's in a fucking room with nothing in it, and he covers Queen's We Will Rock You, but he's doing the deep vocals, a cover of it. And he's the only human being I know that can mimic a fucking alligator. And there's a video. He mimics that. They're pissed off growl, that little vibration they do. He mimics that and sounds exactly fucking like it. He has got one of the strongest voices in the game right now. and he's Russian, so there's that. So you get that out of
His
it.
lung capacity alone is just pure insanity personified.
Yeah.
Not to mention, this motherfucker wrestles a bear for fun.
He's in bare knuckle fighting championship now. He he had his first fight here probably about a week or so ago, and knocked some bitch out in the first few seconds of the fight.
No shocker there. It's fucking Alex the Terrible.
And like, there's videos of him now. He's holding his arms behind his head, letting them punch him in the stomach and shit. Like, he's a tough son of a bitch. But
well, Russians, they're no strangers to pain. They don't mind pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Did Dead Fellow tell us his pick yet?
One more time.
Did Mortimer tell us his pick yet?
I don't believe that he did.
I'm trying to get my shit to load. I didn't know if it lagged behind or not, but I looked over and seen him talk about
it. Definitely did not. Kind of, we are ready. We are ready to hear his pick. So if you're ready to tell us, brother, you're still with us, let us know. Hell yeah. He said, nope, I don't want it to be one of yours. You don't know. Don't be afraid. I got a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even worry about it, brother.
If it's one of ours, hell, then this means you've learned something.
Well, yeah. I love it. Rebecca goes, Mortimer, tell us. Love it.
What?
So for me, the next guy, and I don't know how many of you out there in the Black Flame universe are familiar with this band. Maybe you've heard of them, but I don't know necessarily if you listen to them. But this particular guy is just a absolute talented. As a matter of fact, metalsucks.com called him excretes excellence from every orifice. And I absolutely cannot disagree with this. If you're familiar with Opeth, then you know Mikael Ackerfeld. He is fucking sick. Deep from the abyss gutturals to very, very excellent. I call them witch screams. This guy's fucking just nuts. I highly recommend, if you haven't heard this band, it might be your cup of tea, especially if you enjoy really, really good extreme metal. But there is a lot of groove and shit that they do as well.
Yeah, I haven't listened to them in a while, so I need to start back. I don't know if they put anything out recently or not, but I remember listening to them back when I was in back in high school. I had, I believe they had a song that's on a Headbangers Ball of Revenge album back in the day. But
absolutely.
My next one.
Yes, sir. We are ready. Although we can't forget the fact that Mortimer has given us a pick. And of course, it's the king of them all. King fucking Diamond, back better than ever on tour. And what a fucking tour at that. I actually wasn't going to put him on this list. Not because he is not the king of all things horror, but he is, in fact. I'm just waiting for that new album that has been promised for the last 3 to 4 years.
You got a glimpse of it. You got Spider Lily from it.
Yes, we got that. We definitely got that.
My next one, some people are going to be on the fence about this one because the band had original had another singer before them, and his name was CJ. He's a
Ah,
killer. He's a hell of a vocalist himself, but
to a degree.
yep, his time in Lorna Shore is great. I'm not going to give it no slack. Like it's great, it's good. He has the vocals, but Will Ramos brought that shit to life, and that's my final pick on here of my five.
Elevated them.
Oh yes, yes. But I've heard Will do the vocals for songs they put out with CJ. I believe didn't they perform Funeral Portrait that one night? I think they did, but and he killed it. He brought it a whole new perspective to it. Will's vocals are insane. He's got clean, but he covers fucking Sleep Token. If that tells you anything, if he can cover Sleep Token and then go into this demonic fucking throat distorting ass pig squeals, then you've got a hell of a vocalist. And that's for me. That's what he is. He's a super nice dude. If you meet him in person, not just on stage, but when you meet him in person, he still commands a room, and he will generally talk to everybody. He will make sure everybody in that room is talked to or
Yes.
interacted with. He'll ask you if you're okay with this or that. He's just a genuinely nice guy. But yeah, I'm hoping that we get a new album from Lorna soon. They've toured with Pain Remains, I think, for 2 years now. So it's time for come on, give us some more gnarly shit. I know it's there, but when To the Hellfire come out and that video dropped, I think what dropped and got everybody going was a snippet where he does the gnarly pig squeal demonic sound, and that's what caught everybody. And then they finally realized, like, hey, he's got some talent here. Then.
Well, I mean, there's a question of whether or not he's even human.
Yeah. Then
who
the
else
whole
can do that?
if you're curious, you can go to YouTube right now and watch. They run a camera up his nose and down his throat, and you can watch his vocals and his throat distort. But when And I Returned to Nothingness was complete, that album was fucking killer. Then we got snippets of Pain Remains. I think Sun Eater was the first one that was released from that album.
Mm-hmm.
And it hits with the goblin, the goblin voice, and it goes full blown deep guttural growls, and it's just killer.
Oh, it's absolutely nuts, absolutely nuts. Just super talented, but the thing that really makes him, in my opinion, besides all the crazy videos and this and that, is the fact that he can reproduce this shit live.
Yes. Like, I've seen him 4 times live.
He does it live, and it is just like the record.
I think the only thing that out of the 4 times I've seen him live, the first time I seen him was with And I Returned to Nothingness album. Mm-hmm. Then the other 3 were Pain Remains. And the only thing he's changed is in Pain Remains Part 1, he used to whisper a vocal, but now he just uses his normal speaking voice and says it. So I think that's the only thing that's changed, but everything else is damn near to the T of that album.
I mean, it's not a bad change either.
No, it added to the song. I'd love for the album to be that way.
That's probably what he was thinking. You know what I mean? When you're playing live, you have free reign, to do things different. Obviously, a very well trained vocalist for any of these metal bands, if they know what the fans want and what sounds good. So sometimes changing it up a little bit, people kind of dig that shit because it's you know what I mean? Improvisation.
Yeah. When I first heard him perform the song, he whispered it. And I believe it was the second time I heard him perform it. He changed it. He says, "Tell me what it's like to finally know," and he puts an emphasis on "know" when and it just adds to it. It goes really well. But yeah, that's my 5 picks for right now. Like I said, I threw them together. I threw them together quickly because the day was kind of shit. So
No, you're totally fine. Man,
I
I'm
do want
kind
to
of,
get the chance to
I'm
see
kind of
Summer to
torn.
prevail, though.
What's that now?
I said I do want to get the chance to try to see Alex the Terrible live. I'd love to see it. I had a friend go see him a few months ago live, and he did the where he puts the mic down, and he said it was
Yup.
nuts.
I mean, it's not even. I mean, I don't know who. There's videos of that all over the internet from live performances when he
Yeah,
puts the mic down and just lets it out, and everyone can hear him. And the crowds, mind you, are not, you know, being quiet at the time, and you can still hear this
that shit
motherfucker.
amps that fucking crowd up worse. Like he gets it going.
He's smart. He's
Yeah,
very fucking smart. And you can tell that he loves taking hits, man, because he beats his fucking head with the microphone constantly and splits his fucking wig every time.
hell, he had scarification done. He's got a scar that goes from here down to all the way
Right.
around to right here now.
That's right. Absolutely. So, whoo, my goodness. This one's kind of tough because there's so many that I think are very prolific in the last 10 years of metal. Anyone from Bruce Dickinson all the way to fucking Rob Halford of Judas Priest, still delivering mind-blowing performances of some of these classic songs. And they're like super fucking old.
They're not old. They're legendary. It's like they get that
Legendary,
legend status.
absolutely. Well, and there's two other guys, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody like David Vincent from Morbid Angel or any of the black metal guys,
Oh no,
Shagrath or Danny Filth, because obviously Danny Filth is still killing it to this day.
Danny's
Uh,
going to be a fucking icon for a
oh,
while.
forever, in my
He's
opinion.
he's right up there with fucking Ozzy, Dio, Rob Halford, all those guys. He's right there with them. He may be this a little bit younger, but he's still right there with it.
Yes. But when we think of who's been just, we're able to go back to 2015 on this one. So my last pick is actually a dual pick, and I think it's very, very appropriate. One of them is definitely fucking Randy Blythe of Lamb of God.
Yes,
He his his ability to captivate audiences and deliver his vocals perfectly every single time. I'm talking about these guys been around for fucking ever, and his voice is still like those records. Um, that's why I wanted to pick him. I am a fan of Lamb of God. Some of the newer stuff, I could take it or leave it. Feels a little recycled, but when we're talking about the classic records,
laid to
he's
rest.
still, yeah,
Fucking
laid
walk
to
with me in
rest.
hell.
Uh-huh. Fucking delivers every goddamn time. Fucking amazing.
And I've seen them with Pantera too, and the fact that he's up in age now and he's still jumping off the fucking box where the drums are, running around the fucking stage like he's still a teenager. He's fucking killing it.
That is what makes good front people. Not these guys that just come up and, do and this and that. Nah, there is definitely something about front people that can really charge the electricity in a concert. So that's why
Mhm.
I definitely wanted to pick him. And of course, I got to go back to my death metal roots and say Corpse Grinder. Fucking Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse. I mean, from 2015 all the way till now, not a stutter step fucking lost. When we think of death metal, and especially something as iconic as Cannibal Corpse is, he is the longest mainstay vocalist, and as far as I'm concerned, probably the only vocalist they'll ever have, who are also up there in age. And his vocals haven't lost shit. And we are talking about harsh fucking vocals. This is not somebody who has trained his vocal folds or anything like that. This was
That's somebody that has destroyed their vocal cords and have made shit work.
Yes, because when you listen to George speak, it almost sounds like he's hoarse, like he has no hard, like a more, I don't know, powerful speaking voice. But man, when it comes to fucking laying down some of the classics like Pit of Zombies and shit like that, that voice comes on and he scares the fuck out of you. I live for him doing the live version I Come Blood because he screams the title of every fucking song. And
that's
then
what I was just
this low guttural that goes with it.
There's a video out that's like somebody filmed from the crowd. I'm like, here's Corpse Grinder, here's the security guard. This is a song about shooting blood from your cock. And the fucking security guard is like, what? It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's like mortified, this guy. I mean, unfortunately, this wasn't a hip hop concert, so
he looked around like, what? And I was like, I think of Corpse Grinder. That's what I think about.
I think everybody thinks about that, or the chewing of flesh, being cleaved from the bone, castration, and everything else. And he is the nicest guy in the entire universe. He's a huge fucking nerd.
He takes fucking. He wins all this shit out of claw machines and gives it to kids. I mean,
yep.
You don't talk about ripping somebody's entrails off and cutting their flesh from their bone, but hey, here's a teddy bear. That's what I love about metalheads. Like, we may look fucking scary, but if you actually talk to us, we're actually nice people, you fucker.
Exactly. We're great human beings. And
we have an outlet for our anger. It's just in music.
Or just shit that, I mean, all of us are obviously huge horror buffs. And a lot of that comes out, and it's not that these are things that get us hard or anything like that.
Sometimes you gotta have sometimes in there.
I mean, a little pain never hurt nobody. But it's like, but then again, death metal has always spoken what the average person who gets pissed off at, people that are just trash ass humans, and you want them to feel the worst of everything. Well, Cannibal Corpse gives that to you every stretch of the imagination, but he commands every crowd. I could not imagine Cannibal Corpse in 2025 without this man. He's also gone on to do another band on the side, and it's still very true, death metal form and everything else. So I had to put him on the list because I was gonna end it with Randy, but I'm like, you know what? At the same time, though, it was like a toss up, Randy or Corpse Grinder. So I felt they both deserved
that's like
their comeuppance.
Look, there was a bunch of guys that popped into my head. Randy was one of them. Corpse Grinder was one.
Yeah.
Howard Jones from the original singer for Killswitch Engage.
Oh shit, yeah.
But
they're about to make a new record.
Yeah, but that's with Jesse Leachman. I think his name is the guy that's with them now. But
sadly,
I kind of wanted to bring like a little bit newer age into it. Like everybody
No, I'm
knows.
totally happy about that.
I love old school metal. Like it'll always be my thing. I love the early 2000s all the way back, stuff like that. But I feel that there's guys evolving so much, like we've talked about now, that the extreme metal has gone beyond the realm that it was.
Yeah, I mean, you never thought that um, they could bring any kind of melodicism to some of the most extreme metal.
Yeah.
Uh, and in my opinion, yes, the fuck we can. And that's what keeps people constantly engaging, listening to newer metal. I would also, as an honorable mention, bring in the lead vocalist for Gojira.
Yeah. Yeah. The another one for me is the band. They started in '97, but they're still going today. It's lead singer for Goat Whore.
Oh shit!
Um,
Absolutely. There is so much talent that comes in metal that comes out of anywhere between Texas and fucking New Orleans.
yeah,
Goat Whore is no exception.
you can go all the way to
Great
Greece. You
fucking
could
band.
hit the lead singer for Rotten Christ. Um,
Yes.
shit, there's some others. My mind went blank. I had some more going, but hell, it went.
Marduk,
Marta, yeah. Uh,
Watain.
what? Shit. What the
He's
hell?
another one. He's a fucking another one. Any guy that gets a crowd going with a fucking pig's head and just drenching himself in that blood every night. I mean, that just goes to show you the length of power and charisma in its degenerative form, if you will. But
Hell,
we love that shit.
you can go a little bit slower with it and do the lead singer of Paul Bearer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Because shit, you know yourself, around 2010, fucking doom metal was damn near dead. And it's been, Paul Bearer helped bring that back to life a lot.
2020 was the year that doom metal fucking came back so hard, and especially during 2021 when lockdown happened.
Yeah, because everybody's depressed and pissed off and needed an outlet and was probably smoking a little bit too
Man,
much pot.
bands like Frog Lord and oh my goodness, King Buffalo,
Yeah.
Electric Wizard, shit, Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats.
Yeah.
So many awesome bands that came out of nowhere, and who brought them out? People like Danzig and fucking Danzig brought out Motoid Man, which is a fucking sick project, something like you'd never heard before. King Diamond brought Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats over to the States, and they fucking lit it up. Like it's like almost like a 70s revival kind of thing that was happening. So that's why it's still here, and it's not showing any fucking signs of going away. I mean, if you want to check out the latest and greatest in doom metal, you go to Doom Charts to find out who the picks are all around the world.
Moon Wizard is a female-led doom metal band. That's just so fucking.
Yeah.
It's she's got I'd say a little bit deeper voice than Stevie Nicks, but it's got that Stevie Nicks XS to it. So
hell yeah. So I mean, there you go, folks. We have given you a plethora of people to check out if you have not. And, just from going through and checking some of the other like metal news and stuff like that, these guys are also featured on some of those websites. So it's not just us. We're just listeners that these vocalists and bands have made an impression on us. So We invite you to check them out. If you missed tonight's episode, just so you know, you can definitely catch the recap on Facebook and YouTube. And again, our YouTube is growing exponentially, and I fucking love every one of you for that. Reapers Underground on YouTube. Definitely get over there if you're not signed up over there, because a lot of you watch through that, and that's totally fine. Facebook as well. Fucking love you guys. And share the page. Share the Black Flame Entertainment page. Defiler of the Art. Oh my, yes.
Defiler of the Crown
Art. God damn, I always get that backwards. I am so sorry.
I'm used to it. You're good.
Share that shit out anywhere and everywhere. He's got, man, some of the latest sketches that I've been seeing. I cannot wait to see where they go. They're that fucking good. So definitely get over there, follow him.
The one I'm working on right now is the Godfather of heavy metal. So if y'all know who that is, so
Ooh-wee. Cannot fucking wait to see what you do with him. And follow each other. Shit. Let's all follow each other. We have a lot of really big stuff happening. And we're only halfway through the month, guys. There's a new Reapers Underground series, and it's called Divine Madness. That'll be premiering at the end of the month. So definitely get ready for myself and Robert Lasardo, legendary actor, sitting down talking about Uncle Charlie Manson and all of the crazy true crime shit in Hollywood. It's something that doesn't really get talked about. And I think you guys are going to like this series. So get ready for that. Get ready for the best time of the week, which is Saturday night, to sin with the goddamn program. Tomorrow night, Valentine's Day. That's right. The Horror Barbecue is on and ready to talk about some awesome films to curl up with your significant other and make it a loving horror fucking Valentine's Day. Some of the best movies, so we'll be giving you some of our picks on that. And so definitely tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. CST. And yeah, get ready. It's going to be a wild ride. Thank you all for hanging around for a double shot Black Flame night. And definitely, as always, if there's people that you know that miss the show, make sure you're sharing it out. It gets the word out and helps us. And we love every single one of you that show up every night. So as you are getting ready to start your Valentine's Day bonanza, most important thing, as always, stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Reapers Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black Flame Entertainment.